Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's Yorrai here. In today's video, I got a special video for y'all boys who do not have the time to get dark matter, like super quick, like in 3 days, 2 days, 4 days, whatever it is. So I got a special video for y'all boys, for y'all employed boys, for the people that don't have time to get the stuff. And I do have time to get the dark matter, but I could make the video towards and catering towards people that don't have the time. Anyway, I appreciate supporting the videos. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the first thing. First thing you guys want to do is make sure your class setups are right. And for the most part, a lot of these class setups are going to be the same. They're not going to be very much different. For example, I have my core class right here for specifically this video. It literally is for majority of your headshots, you're going to want to run these things. Like, the perks are really optional. You could use recon if you want, but this is for the core setup. I'm using, the speed boost because it's on core. It takes a couple more shots to kill people. I'm using Perk Greed, which you do unlock that level 54. So if you don't have that, play the game a little bit more, and then you'll be able to get Perk Greed, which I recommend permanently unlocking because Flat Jacket is important in both game modes. And fuck that, every game mode, including ranked, it's super important. So Flat Jacket is for sure a recommended, and honestly, it kind of is a must, to be honest with you. But for the more specific attachments on the guns, let's go over the reflex, the Kepler reflex, microflex. So to be honest with you, a lot of this time for this attachment specifically, you have to have your guns high leveled, and chances are you probably don't. So let's actually use something that's a little bit more better for rank wise. The Prismatech reflex. Honestly, any reflex is fine. You could use hollows. I personally don't like hollows, but I got the mini reflex right here, the micro dot right here. We go down, red oil right here. Volsky reflex, any of these, honestly any site could cut it. You could run iron sights, but I really don't recommend that. So yeah, this is basically the sight is a mandatory. It really is a mandatory. Everything else is completely optional. I do all sides res. Oh no, I do have 5 attachments on here, but yeah, so this is what I'm running. For the secondary, what you're going to want to run is voice crack. You're going to want to run the Sigma or the HE1. I have the pistol on, but if you want to get 2 birds 1 stone, start getting started on the launchers when you can. So let's get started with that first. Then here's for hardcore. Hardcore, I mean, same thing, most of the same thing, same attachments for the gun specifically. You're gonna run an iron sight, but I have recon instead. I hate recon, but yeah, you're gonna want to run it for these headshots in hardcore because you're probably playing the game modes I'm gonna talk about later. So for sure, you're gonna want to run these perks. So yeah, here's the class setups. I mean, for the tactical lethal, that's completely optional too. The field upgrade. I do have assault pack on here, and I do have war cry on the first pack, on the first class setup. My bad, but it's completely optional at the end of the day. So yeah, here's when I'm ready for the class. All right, now for the game modes you're gonna want to be playing for the headshots. This is the first category about headshots. The game modes you want to be playing is, I did a little list of which ones, in my opinion, I think are the best. So here's the game modes I'm gonna be mentioning. 1, 10v10 mosh pit. 2, Nuketown 24/7. What is this? I don't know what that is. Nuketown 24/7. You're gonna want to also run face off, or last but certainly not least, normal game modes. So those are the 4 things you're gonna want to run. Now let me rank them personally on what I think is the best. At the end of the day, it's your preference, but here let me rank what I think is the best. Face off is gonna be first. I think face off is gonna be number 1. Honestly, number 1 and 2 are interchangeable. 10v10 mosh pit's also really good. Face off at sometimes can be just too stupid. It's way too dumb. So 10v10, it's a lot more. You can actually kind of process what's going on as compared to a 10v10 when you're playing stakeout, when someone's quite literally the distance of this room away from you, like 3-4 feet away from you. It's a lot harder to track a headshot. Also, I also want to mention this too. You do not want to be a movement demon in this. You really don't. You do not want to be a movement demon. It is not worth it. I promise you, it is not worth it. Because when you're jumping and sliding and all that, it really fucks with your headshots. It really does. So when you're aiming at the head and you jump, it goes over the head, and you could either A, give them a haircut, or B, miss completely, be shooting oxygen, which is keeping you alive, and you're shooting oxygen. So you do not want to be a movement demon with this. You really want to really focus on your aim. And granted, there's some people that are going to slide under your shots, so it depends on your reaction time. It depends on your SBMM too. If you want to manipulate that, I'll be honest with you, you could do the melee weapons first and the launchers first so your KD goes down, but once you start getting into the ARs and all that, it's going to go back up. So completely up to you on how you want to do that. If you have a bot friend, go ahead. If you have a coworker, anyone that's terrible, be more than welcome to play with them so you can get even easier lobbies. So that's for sure. Here's the game modes you're going to want to play. I'm going to rank them again. Face off number 1, 10v10 number 2, which honestly, I would flip them, to be honest with you. I think 10v10 might be number 1. 3 Nuketown, 4 last but not least, or last but the least, normal game modes like hardcore, domination, all that. Now for the next category, we're gonna go over launchers. And launchers, I was gonna use my old TikTok clip and my old video from the previous Dark Matter guide video, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be updated because I swear to you, launchers are different now. Like, they're actually different. I swear to you, the UAV and counter UAV are slightly faster, or the projectile speed on the launcher is slower. One of those. I promise you, it's one of these things. So basically, I went into a game before recording this video, and I was like, okay, let me actually try to hit these on my own. This is my first time hitting it. I shot a little bit further. Bam, I barely hit that UAV. I barely hit that UAV. So I promise you they changed the speeds on the UAV. It was not this fast before. So you're going to want to aim. How you want to base it is at the end of your launcher. Let's say the UAV is right here and the end of your launcher is right here. You're going to want to aim a lot further. A lot further. And it depends on 2 things. Where you want to aim is going to depend on 2 things. If you're further away from UAVs, you might want to aim a little bit more further, because your placement on the map, it does matter. Because if you're right under the UAV, you want to aim, of course, a little bit closer to UAV. If you're spawned further, aim a little bit further away from the UAV. And for the counter is slower than UAV, but I swear to you, I promise you, when I was going for this, I do not remember the counter and the UAV being this damn fast at all. But also, I was going for this at the start of the game. The game is, what, a month into its cycle? Honestly, yeah, it's a month today in its cycle. So, yeah, they changed the UAV speed and all that, so you want to aim a little bit further. So, yeah, that's for the UAV stuff. Also, I want to mention something, too, that I have not mentioned yet. You're going to want to break up some of these things. So, what I recommend, honestly, is what you could do is get the launchers gold first. Like, well, unlock gold first. And then while you're doing your typical headshots and all that, then you can switch to the HE1, shoot the thing. The Sigma's a lot easier. There's absolutely nothing I need to tell you on the Sigma. I mean, the only thing I tell you for the kills is play hardcore. I mean, other than that, the gold camo is going to be more of the struggle itself. And I want to mention the gold camo now because you're going to want to literally break this up. You do not want to be doing 2 streaks in one game later on, like games straight with the launchers. You do not want to be doing that later on. So literally get that done now before you want to do it later. I mean, you could do it later if you want. I personally would not do that at all. You need to break up this because this is genuinely difficult. It really is difficult. So yeah, that's it for the launchers category. Get the stuff done as soon as you can. Now for the melee category, I'm going back to the class setups. I'm going to go back to the core one. You're going to want to play core for these melees. You could play hardcore, but hardcore with the baseball bat, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, if you want to flank, sure, but at that point, just play core. What you're going to want to run is, you could run, yeah, I would say run the red perks for sure. Run a war cry because you'd be faster. I mean, if you want to try sleeper agent, I guess, but you unlock that way too high, and I just got kicked out for some reason, but I can still load back in. Update requires restart. So you're for sure going to want to run those red perks for sure, because when you get a kill, you get a speed boost. Enforcer is nice, and you also get a health boost, so you're going to want to run those red perks. Now, what I was going to get into before this damn thing, I don't know, messed up, you're going to run Tactical Expert. And a Q. You're going to run Tactical Expert. The reason why is because you get more tacticals, and the tactical you're going to want to run, I wouldn't say concussions, I would 100% recommend using smokes. I'm going to go with smokes on this one. So now I'm back in, go over here, put on the smoke, per agreed, Tactical Expert. You now have 2 smokes. You're going to want to make sure you run smokes so you can throw them. Like if you're trying to flank, let's say if you're on Skyline, try to play maps so you can flank the best on. Skyline is a perfect idea because you could literally flank under. You need to figure out where the enemy team is and then go from there. Protocol, you could probably go under too. Protocol is a little bit bigger of a map and more open. So try to play maps that are more based on cover. And also, while we're at it, play based on cover. Throw smokes, alternate between this place and that place. That's for sure what you're going to run for melees. And melees honestly aren't too bad for now, because triple kills are going to be pretty fucking annoying, I'm going to be honest with you. And Dark Matter is going to be also pretty annoying. Okay, now that we're done with all the basic camos and all that, we're going to go on gold. Now, gold is really not that bad. For honestly, any of the guns, in my opinion, it's really not that bad. Getting double kills in the melees aren't that bad. The HE1, 2 streaks in one game, it really isn't that bad. And with the HE1, just keep going, because I promise you, it's still going to be annoying. But just keep going and break it down. So, for the other guns, 2 kills without dying, it's not that bad. if you want to make sure that you solidify the fact that you're going to get these 2 kills without dying, you could play a head glitch, and where you know everyone's coming from in 10v10 mosh pit, you could play face off, but 10v10 mosh pit is really good. I really wish I had that game mode when I was doing dark matter, because it's super solid, because you still play bigger maps, and there's still a lot of people, and you'll almost find someone every time. So if you want to make sure you get a guaranteed double also on top of head glitching, you could flank. But honestly, I don't think you really need to try that hard. Maybe until when you get to Dark Spine, you do need to try that hard. So yeah, for gold, it's not going to be that bad. Anyway, the top straight in the diamond. Diamond also is not going to be that bad for any of the guns. It really isn't. But for melees, like on melees, you're going to want to specifically make sure you get them flanks, get 1 kill, flank, abuse them smokes. Please abuse those smokes. Literally abuse the smokes, and abuse the fact that when you're in enforcer mode and you get that speed boost, make sure you abuse that speed boost too. So for melees, you're for sure going to want to play more tactically, play more based on your abilities and based on your tacticals that you do have. So yeah, gold and diamond are really not that easy. I'm going to breeze over the category for both of them because they're not that bad at all. But for dark spine's going to be a little bit more tough. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Dark spine, what I recommend doing, you're going to want to make sure you play 10v10. You're going to want 10v10 or face off. You're really not going to want to play Nuketown, or you most definitely do not want to play normal. Imagine playing Vault when you're trying to get fucking triple kills. It's not going to happen. It really isn't. You probably get 1 every 2 games. So make sure you really run that 10v10 and make sure you run that face off. Now, hardcore face off might be better than 10v10 here. I'm not going to lie to you. Hardcore face off does not sound like a bad idea whatsoever, because if you pre-fire the hell out of angles, for sure. I'm talking about you want to stake out and just hold down the shoot button and just start walking. I'm not even kidding. You do not need to be a movement demon, run, bam, slide cancel, bam, go to that angle, dolphin dive to the side. You don't need to do all that. It's not that serious. So you're going to want to make sure that you just pre-fire angles crazy if you're going to play face-off hardcore. 10v10 if you're going to play 10v10 normally. I mean, good luck with that. For melees though, I'm going to get a more melee specifically. Melees, you for sure, and I mean you for sure, are going to want to make sure that you abuse the hell out of them smokes or whatever you can. You're going to make sure you do that. And flanking is going to be your best friend. I'm gonna be honest with you. Flanking is going to be your best friend. What you could do is get 1 triple kill in a game, and you could get the triple kills for your other guns. Just break it down. You're going to want to break it down, because doing that in a row, you might actually want to give up on dark matter. So make sure that you do break those up. You do not want to be doing a million triple kills in a row for the combat knife and the baseball bat. It's evil. Now, for the other evil thing of Dark Spine, the HE1. The HE1 10v10 is mandatory. You are almost not going to get this shit done in any other game mode. You could get it in Nuketown 24/7 and you could get it in normal, but it's a lot harder. 10v10 is mandatory. And honestly, if you're really desperate, what I did was, I kid you not when I said this, I'm talking about, I ran into that team spawn, arms open. Get this free kill. Get this free 100 points. Arms open. You need to. If you're that desperate like how I was, I 100% recommend, you're probably gonna have to feed them. Which I don't even know if that's like allowed, but you're gonna want to feed them for sure. But you could just do a normal gun and then switch to the HE1 when you do see a score streak. The Sigma is not that bad because of course you need to hit. The only thing you're also gonna run into probably when it comes to the launchers is that you're gonna run into people that are gonna want to take your score streaks. So if you have that, I mean, good luck. I don't know what to tell you. Salute to you. Good fucking luck. I don't know what to tell you on that one. So for sure, melees, I'm gonna go over again. Melees, spam smokes, flank for melees. HE1, you can either break them down or feed the enemy team for sure. Now for dark matter, you finally unlocked dark matter after doing all them bullshit challenges. You finally got dark matter unlocked. Now you're gonna have 2 options here. You could get dark indeed, which is when you get all 33 guns dark matter, or you can just get the guns you want dark matter. It's completely up to you here. You got finally, after spending days on end grinding, after getting home from work, after getting home from school or college or whatever you're doing, you just got done with your finals, whatever. I know for the people that go to school, it's Thanksgiving break right now, but if you're working, you don't have Thanksgiving break, but you probably do have Thanksgiving off, bring it, spend time with the fam. So you finally get all that done. You got dark matter unlocked. Now, for your 5 kills without dying, I'm not gonna lie to you. What you could do is get 2 to 3 kills by playing normally, but get your next 2 by playing a lot more passive. And let me tell you this, it's better to wait for 30 seconds for 2 kills than you actually getting 3 kills and over again, 3, 2 kills, 1 kill over and over again in the next 45. And I'm saying that you're gonna need to play slow. For sure, you're gonna need to play slow once you get 3 kills. Unless you're just like slamming, you're hitting every shot, your positioning is elite. Because positioning in Call of Duty is actually more important than you think it is. I promise it. When I've been playing the solo queue ranked, your positioning means a lot. Because a lot of people have good aim, but your positioning means a lot. So you're gonna want to make sure you really focus on your positioning for Dark Matter. And for the melees, my best bet for you is either there's 2 things. One, if you're getting in a lobby where your team is getting smacked, let's say you're on Nuketown and your team is getting absolutely smacked. Honestly, Nuketown does not sound too bad for Dark Matter melees. You could sit in your house and wait for people to push you. You could. Or you could get some insane flakes. It's completely up to you on how you want to play this. Because it's going to be tough. For the 5 kills that are dying, it's going to be tough. I don't think it's harder than the triple kills or 10 triple kills. But it's going to be tough for sure when it comes to these melees. So play like a weirdo. That's going to be my advice for sure for Dark Matter. Especially for melees, is play as weird as you can possibly play. I'm talking about you want to be in angles where people are questioning what is wrong with this guy and why is he there, and this dude wasted 200 gigabytes of his storage to sit in a fucking corner, or this dude spent $70 to sit in a corner with a melee weapon. So yeah, if that's where you're gonna want to play, like that weird, that level of weird. I'm talking about corners, odd angles, whatever you can to make sure you get these 5 kills without dying for these damn melees. Launchers aren't that bad. Just play hardcore, face off, shoot that. Hopefully you do not nuke your entire team. So yeah, make sure you're shooting at. You do not want to, shoot your rocket launcher. Your teammate spawns in and just eats a fucking rocket launcher as soon as he touches the ground. So you're not gonna want to do that. Anyway, that's it for the Dark Matter guide. This is more updated because it's a month into the game cycle, as compared to me doing my Dark Matter guide 3 or 4 days in. So this is for my boys that you don't have that much time. And honestly, the other video wouldn't be that bad either. All you have to do is play slower. But thank you all for the support. I'm so thankful for you guys. I love y'all. Stay blessed. I'm out.